In a world full of hidden threats, only the brave will understand. Shadows move, secrets whisper, and the line between reality and nightmare blurs. Get ready to confront the unknown, feel the fear, and witness what others dare not explore. Your journey into darkness begins now. Welcome to Heart of Science. Today, we begin our journey into the most vital organ of the human body, the heart. The heart is not just a pump. It is the engine of life. Beating about 100,000 times each day, it pushes blood through nearly 60,000 miles of blood vessels. This network delivers oxygen and nutrients to every single cell, keeping us alive and active. The heart has 4 chambers. 2 upper chambers called atria, and 2 lower chambers called ventricles. They work in perfect coordination, receiving blood, pumping it out, and maintaining the rhythm of life. But what makes the heart truly fascinating is how it never rests. From the moment we are born, until the very last second of our lives, the heart beats tirelessly, driven by tiny electrical signals that spark each contraction. Imagine this: every beat of your heart is like a drum, setting the rhythm of your existence. When you are calm, the rhythm is soft and steady. When you are scared or excited, the beat races like thunder. It reacts instantly to emotions, thoughts, and actions. Science has shown that the heart is not just a mechanical pump. It communicates with the brain, sending signals that influence our emotions and decisions. This is why people often say, follow your heart. In fact, researchers discovered that the heart has its own small nervous system, sometimes called the heart brain. It contains about 40,000 neurons, enough to sense, learn, and remember in its own way. So the heart is not only a source of life, but also a source of wisdom. It keeps us alive, and it connects deeply with our emotions, our mind, and even our spirit. In the next part, we will explore how the heart and brain communicate, and why this connection is so powerful in shaping who we are. Now that we have explored the heart, let's move on to the most complex organ of all, the human brain. The brain is often called the command center of the body. It weighs only about 3 pounds, but it contains more connections than there are stars in our galaxy. Inside, there are around 86 billion neurons, each capable of sending and receiving signals at lightning speed. These neurons form networks that allow us to think, remember, feel, and move. Every memory you have, every decision you make, every dream you see, all of it is the result of this extraordinary organ. The brain has 3 major parts. The cerebrum, which controls thinking, learning, memory, and voluntary actions. The cerebellum, which helps with balance, movement, and coordination. And the brainstem, which controls the body's automatic functions like breathing and heartbeat. What makes the brain so fascinating is its plasticity. It can rewire itself, form new connections, and adapt to new experiences. This is why we can learn new skills, recover from injuries, and even reshape our habits. The left hemisphere of the brain is often linked with logic, language, and analysis. The right hemisphere is associated with creativity, art, and imagination. Together, they make us both rational and creative beings. The brain is also deeply connected to emotions. The limbic system, sometimes called the emotional brain, processes feelings like fear, joy, anger, and love. It reminds us that humans are not just thinkers, we are feelers too. And perhaps the most mysterious ability of the brain is consciousness, our awareness of ourselves and the world around us. Science still struggles to explain how billions of neurons working together can create something as rich and personal as human experience. In a way, the brain is the universe inside us, an endless frontier of discovery, as mysterious as the cosmos itself. In the next part, we will explore the eyes, the windows to this inner universe, and the way we connect to the outer world. Explore the heart and the brain, 2 of the most powerful organs of the human body. Now, let us open the windows to the world, the human eyes. The eyes are often called the windows of the soul, but in science, they are known as one of the most advanced biological cameras ever created. Each eye is about the size of a ping-pong ball, yet it contains over 2 million working parts that help us see the beauty of the world. Light enters the eye through the cornea, passes through the lens, and then lands on the retina at the back of the eye. The retina contains millions of light-sensitive cells, rods and cones. Rods help us see in dim light, while cones allow us to see colors in daylight. The optic nerve then carries these signals to the brain, where they are processed into images. So in truth, the eye collects the information, but it is the brain that actually sees. The human eye can detect about 10 million different colors. It can focus faster than the best cameras in the world. When you look at a star in the sky, your eyes are capturing light that has traveled for millions of years. But eyesight is not just about vision. Our eyes are also connected to emotions. When you cry, it is not just a reaction of sadness, it is also the body's way of releasing stress and connecting with others. The eyes are powerful in communication. A glance can express love, fear, anger, or hope without a single word. That is why poets and writers have always described eyes as mirrors of the soul. Science has also revealed fascinating facts about eyes. Did you know that no two people in the world have the same iris pattern? It is more unique than a fingerprint. That is why modern security systems use eye scans for identification. And here's another mystery. Sometimes people who lose their sight report seeing images in dreams. This shows that vision is not just about the eyes, it is a deeper experience created by the brain and mind. The eye also reflects our health. Doctors can look into the eye and detect conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or even brain diseases. In many ways, the eyes are not only windows to the world, they are also a window to our inner health. So when we think of the human body, the eyes remind us of connection, between inside and outside, between science and soul, between perception and reality. In conclusion, the heart gives us life, the brain gives us thought, and the eyes give us vision. Together, they make us human, a masterpiece of nature, guided by science and wonder. Today, we open the most fascinating window of the human body, the eyes. The eyes are more than just organs of sight. They are storytellers, emotional messengers, and even health indicators. Each human eye is about the size of a ping-pong ball, weighing just 7 grams. Yet, inside this tiny sphere lies one of the most complex systems in biology. Light first enters through the cornea, a transparent layer that bends light to help focus. Then it passes through the pupil, which changes size like a camera aperture, widening in darkness, shrinking in bright light. Behind the pupil lies the lens, which fine-tunes focus so we can read a book up close or see mountains far away. At the back, the retina acts like a screen filled with over 120 million rods and 6 million cones. Rods help us see shades of light in dark and low light, while cones detect colors, red, green, and blue. The retina then sends electrical signal through the optic nerve to the brain, and in less than a fraction of a second, an image is created. But here is the fascinating part. The eyes do not actually see, they only capture light. It is the brain that interprets signals and turns them into the worlds we experience. Every blink, around 15 to 20 times per minute, keeps the eye moist and clean. In one day, that's about 14,000 blinks. Imagine 2 tiny cameras in our head, constantly feeding us information, allowing us to navigate, connect, and understand the universe. The eyes are not only tools of vision, they are also mirrors of our emotions. Think about it. Joy makes eyes sparkle, sadness fills them with tears, fear makes pupils widen. A single glance can say more than 1,000 words. Science shows that the pupil reacts instantly to emotions. When we see someone we love, our pupils dilate. When we are scared, they do the same, preparing us to react. Tears are also fascinating. They are not just water, they contain enzymes, proteins, and even natural antibiotics. There are 3 types. 1. Basal tears, keep the eyes moist every moment. 2. Reflex tears, protect against irritants like smoke or onions. 3. Emotional tears, unique to humans, triggered by feelings of sadness, relief, or joy. Eye color is another wonder. It depends on the pigment melanin in the iris. Brown eyes have more melanin, blue eyes have less, and green lies in between. But no 2 people in the world have the same iris pattern, making it more unique than a fingerprint. Now, the eyes also reveal our health. Doctors can look into the retina and detect signs of diabetes, hypertension, even brain diseases. The blood vessels of the eye are like a map of the body's health. But vision can be fragile. Conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, and macular degeneration affect millions worldwide. Thankfully, modern science has developed surgeries, laser treatments, and even artificial corneas. So the eyes are not only windows to the soul, they are also diagnostic windows of the body. Human eyes are powerful, but in nature, other creatures have even more extraordinary vision. Eagles can spot a rabbit from 3 kilometers away. Cats can see in near total darkness. Dragonflies have compound eyes with thousands of lenses, giving them almost 360-degree vision. Mantis shrimp see colors invisible to humans, including ultraviolet light. Comparing these eyes helps scientists design better cameras, night vision systems, and even robotic eyes. Now, science is moving toward the future, bionic eyes. These are artificial devices implanted to restore sight for the blind. Already, some patients can detect light and shapes through these devices. In the future, full artificial vision may become reality. AI and neuroscience are also emerging. brain-machine interfaces are being tested, where signals from the brain can directly connect to visual devices. One day, humans may see beyond natural limits, infrared, X-rays, or even digital overlays. But beyond science, the eyes remind us of something deeper. They connect us to others. A baby recognizes its mother through eye contact. A soldier feels courage by looking into the eyes of his comrades. A lover's glance can spark a lifetime of memories. In the end, the heart gives us life, the brain gives us thought, but the eyes give us vision, not just of the outer world, but of meaning, connection, and beauty. This is the story of the eyes, the most extraordinary windows of the human body.